Serious punishment dey for anybody wey put body for mismanagement of Edo public institutions. Obaseki na im tok dis one. Chairman of the commission, Gladys Idaho, come here and say the real problem of these educational institutions be say their management no dey ever follow the laws and guidelines wey the commission don lay down for them, and dem dey always prefer to pay their own allowance, come ignore workers' salary.
In March this year, we submitted part 1 of the report, which was on the college education equipment and Michael College of Physical Education and Physics. Today, we are submitting the completely part of the report. This is part 2, which is on college education, College of Agriculture, at the same time, College of Agricultural Technology and Penalties. To say that a common trend around the administration of all these colleges that we investigated, there was this lack of knowledge or refusal to know the activities of the colleges in accordance with the laws that established the colleges. And the colleges were very prompt at implementing circulars that were issued by the federal government without its adoption by the state government. Once it's issued by the federal government, we just go ahead and implement it without even looking at the financial implication. If the state will be able to accommodate the financial implication that will arise as a result of that implementation. Again, the management of these colleges were very prompt and interested in paying their allowances and salaries of the staff. So the preference was given to payment of allowances to management staff and others to the detriment of salaries, which ought to be first charged. The government councils of these colleges were approving allowances and agreements that had financial implications with the unions without resort to the state government. Between 2009 and June 2019, that we expect to look at, the total revenue that was available to college education was 10.5 billion, subvention and IGRO combined. And the total salary that was paid was 9.3 billion. They had a surplus of 1.2. But when we looked at the overhead expenses, they spent 1.01. Again, that would have shown that there was no need. This cry of non-payment of salary wouldn't have arise because they had enough money to pay.
Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki don tok say im administration go ensure say dem punish and prosecute anybody wey dem catch say dey mismanage public institutions for Edo State. Governor Obaseki tok dis one when he receive part 2 of the report wey the Commission of Inquiry submit. Make una sabi say Commission of Inquiry na body wey Obaseki set up to chook eye put inside the activities of College of Education for Igwembe and Michael Imodu College of Physical Education wey dey Afuze.
I'm glad that we are submitting a report today and that we can now dispassionately look at these reports and the findings contained therein. We've gone through a period of politics and elections, so the issues will not be confused. I deliberately did not want these reports released before now, so that the real subject, the subject matter, the issues contained are not dealt with as if they have political undertones.
Governor Obaseki tok say dem go chook better eye put on top the findings and recommendations wey dey inside the report before dem go come implement am. Im yarn say for the report analysis and summary, dem see say dem no run the institutions well, and government don already close the institutions down, make them for fit begin restructuring process for there.
From a summary of the analysis you've done, a summary of the points you've raised out of this report, one underlying thread is poor governance of these institutions. These institutions were so badly run that they were all grounded, technically grounded. And for any Edo person to have been insisting that we continued with the rot was the height of deception. We thank God that we had the courage to take the actions we needed to take, that those institutions then had to be shut down, and the restructuring processes have commenced.
College of Agriculture don't become one college with 3 schools, as construction work don't already start for Igworiahi, Uromi, and Agenebode campuses.
We have commenced the restructuring on College of Agriculture, which is now one college with 3 schools, and of course, well, construction work has started on Igworiahi, and we are doing the planning for Uromi and Agenebode. To make sure that we restart these schools on a solid and more sustaining foundation. These schools were set up to serve certain purposes, to help in training high quality manpower to serve the state. They were not set up to serve the interests of a few people and their godfathers. And by the grace of God, with the renewed mandate which Edo people have given me, I will not allow a situation where the bad habits that led to the destruction of these fine institutions is allowed to continue.
The submission of this report, I want to congratulate you, sir, on the mandate. You know how the mandate is given to you by Edo people. I want to pray that God give you the wisdom and the resources to deliver on your promises to Edo State.
This one are the ogbonge informate wey we carry come give una on top inside Edo today. As Obaseki don talk say serious punishment dey for anybody wey put body for mismanagement of Edo public institutions. Make una sabi say na TMC TV na im carry this ogbonge informate dey come give una. My name na Oyiza Aboriogun.